What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're gonna do something a little different. I actually am on a cruise right now, day one, and I want to make a challenge for myself. I'm gonna document it for me to make 150,000 in a week from day trading. It's a lot of money, right? That's somebody's salary, but I know I can do it, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna walk you guys through the journey of going through it. I will be honest, anytime I travel or anytime I'm on a cruise, I haven't been as successful as I usually am from previous times. I've been on a cruise probably like 5 or 6 times at this point. And every time I'm on a cruise, I don't know if it's the timing, I don't know if it's me waking up and trying to enjoy vacation or what it is, but the timing of my success rate, let me say, for me to actually become profitable and stay consistent has been a struggle, which is why I'm challenging myself now this time to do something different, because for the year my success rate has been about 85%. So I feel like I have more consistency, more confidence in my trades to know what I'm doing and what I'm looking at. I'm probably going to be doing more like screen recordings or going through and showing you guys profits, kind of walking you guys through how quickly I really scale my account to make 150,000. Now, let me say this real quick, because a lot of people, you think that it's a scam. Trust, I will show you that it's a live account, and I'm not going to show the full amount because I know a lot of people be pocket watching, but I will show you guys that it's a live account, so that you guys understand that I'm not just another person that shows numbers and that this is actually a real account. So that being said, y'all, go ahead and get ready to be a part of this journey with me. Today's Sunday. By next Sunday, I will be making 150,000 or more. So let's go ahead and get into this video. It is the first morning, and it's my first time looking at the market. I'm gonna share my screen and show you guys that I'm actually looking at taking this UJ buy, the trade that I'm looking at taking. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of free game actually. So as you guys can see right here, this is the markup that I had from before. I expected that this was gonna buy, which it did end up buying up here, but it didn't buy too strong. We saw we had a sniper entry over there. I think that this area is going to end up breaking this top because it's touched this top multiple times. Usually I think that it's going to create resistance, which what a resistance is basically when the market doesn't want to break past a certain level at the very top. And so the more I look back at this, I see we have all this space until we touch the next level. With that being said, I think the market could break up and touch around this 156.341 area, because that's the next kind of like key level. Let me zoom in so you guys can see it. I see we have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch, 5 touch, right? So just in this area alone, I see we have 5 touches. So I'm gonna put a line right there, right? I'm gonna move this up. And as I come back over here, I see we have a lot of space until we go up and touch that. So if it breaks this resistance, we're definitely gonna go and fly up here. Now, if I had to set this up, I would set it up like this. So my TP would be up here. Granted, this is the 4-hour, so I don't know if I would actually do this, because this would be a long trade. But this is my overall move. Again, today's Monday, so that's the overall move that I'm looking for. And then I probably would set my stop loss like right above my SMAs, which my SMAs are these white lines and this blue line. So I just have a lot of confirmation that this is going to go to the upside. That being said, I'm going to come over here to my account, and I'm going to go ahead and actually take this buy right here. Like usually I would wait for extra confirmation, but in this case, I think that it's actually going to go ahead and buy up. So I got it in 100 standard. Just so you guys know, I got 11,000 at my margin level. So I'm gonna actually I'm gonna put in 300, which honestly isn't a lot. So let's say I was to move my stop loss 154.59. Okay, I would see that if I did keep this, it's 10,000 per entry. So because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll be risking 4,000. 156.45, let's see. 156.45. Just do it right there. Okay, so we're risking 10,000 per entry for 50,000 per entry. Now, even if we go up and touch this completely, I have 4 entries, so that's 200,000 in itself. Again, that's why I'm not over leveraging, because if I lose, I only lose 40,000. If I win, then I'm risking, then I'll gain 200,000. So that sounds like a really good ratio to me, and that's why I took that trade. I'm not gonna say all the other confirmations because I don't need nobody taking my strategy, but that's the way that I trade. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this in a group chat, and we're gonna see how this plays out. It's probably been about 10 minutes. We're already up 6,000. So now that I'm up that much, I'm probably going to, this is at the top, how we were talking about before, it's at the top. So I'm just gonna wait, see what it does. If it's just going to break right through it, which I think it will. But if it ends up selling back down, then I'll just end up stacking entries so I can be able to maximize on the trade. So I just wanted to keep you guys updated. I told myself too, it's funny, that I wasn't going to make a vlog when I got on this cruise. I brought my camera just in case, and then I gave myself this challenge, and now we're going to be vlogging. But it's funny because every time I go on one, I always find myself like working on it, because for me, I don't want it to just be a vacation. I want it to become a lifestyle. So that's how I always operate. If I were to do this as a lifestyle, which now I am, what does that look like for me to still be grinding, for me to still be working, for me to still be hitting the gym? Because whenever people go on cruises and they take trips, they're like, oh, I'm on vacation, I'm just not gonna work, I'm not gonna do anything, which is cool if you've been doing a lot, you just need a brain break. But the thing is that I see it as you're getting behind from who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing. So like, if you could be grinding while you're on your trip or while you're on a cruise, then why not? Luckily for day trading, you can make money anywhere using the Wi-Fi connection. So I don't mind paying a the Wi-Fi fee if I know I'm gonna make 200 times the amount. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just always been a thing. Anytime I go somewhere, they're like, why are you still working? People in general, family or friends will always be like, why are you still working? Like, we're on vacation. I'm like, for y'all, it's a vacation. For me, it's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's guys that cold like that. Simple. One of the things I think a lot of traders end up messing up with is they get very emotional about seeing big numbers. Like right now, we're up 12,000 in the account. Someone else will be like, oh, why haven't you gotten out? Like, just take your profit and run with it. I'm confident in my trade enough to know that this is going to continually go up. You know what I'm saying? I know that this is going to continually go in the right direction. If I want to, the most that I'll do is move my stop loss. But I know that we're going to go and break this top. So for me, I'm not really worried about it. I'm not really stressing about it either. I'm just kind of playing about it by candle and seeing what it's going to give me. I mean, we're at 12,000 right now, 13,000 right now. Like, the number's just climbing. You know what I'm saying? And it's ironic, again, because a lot of traders think that you have to maximize on every single trade by playing it safe, which is cool, but that shows your confidence level. If you're not confident in your own setup or your old trade, or if you feel like you're over leveraging, then that's something that you need to work on for why you feel like you need to get out right in that exact moment. Because again, I think trades show you exactly who you are. That's why I always say you learn a lot more about yourself when you're trading, because it's bigger than just charts and numbers. You're learning about who you are, how good your patience is, how good your emotional state is, how good you are at keeping composure when things seem hectic. And not only that, but it teaches you how to do that in real life, because then you have to do it in different situations. So instead of you reacting a lot or reacting, I would say aggressively or out of control, you find yourself handling situations and people a lot better, because you're like, man, I've just taught myself how to be more controlled. I've taught myself how to have more self-discipline. I've taught myself how to have more self-control. And you can't just go from there. So like, you just gotta think about these things when people are like trying to, you know, get at you. Like, man, I'm bigger than that. I'm better than that because I'm a day trader, ironically. Like, literally, as I've been sitting here talking, I've just been seeing this number climb. And I don't always have to see this number climb and keep going up and up. But like, literally, I'm just seeing it fly to the top. And so I'm gonna screenshot it so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about, how it's kind of breaking that top area. So as you guys see, like right there, that's literally the profit that I'm in right now. And as I was taking that screenshot, I'm up by 18,000 now. So I'm just saying, for people that are in trading or want to level up, one thing you need to understand is, how confident are you in your setups? How confident are you in your trades? Are you over leveraging? How's your emotional discipline? And what are the things that you need to do to actually get to the next level? That's what started getting me to the next level. So I'm about to probably just take a little walk and make some money, Chi. That's how it goes. So I'll catch you on in a second. So it is day 2. As you can tell, it is 8:17. Just woke up probably about 10 minutes ago. to get a look at the market. Yesterday, we had a profit of 61, I think it was 61,000, if I remember correctly. Anyway, I put the screenshot right there so you guys can see it. So day one, we're about 40% in to our 150 goal. I'm thinking I probably want to elevate it because I know I can hit 150, but at the same time, I just want to make sure I have a number that I know I can be able to reach to pass my goal and stay consistent. So the reason that I ended up making a little bit more, I just waited throughout the week, or not throughout the week, I waited throughout the day, and I ended up just taking another trade. I stacked it so that I could be able to maximize on that trade, still didn't over leverage, and boom, closed the profit day with 61 or whatever that screenshot said. I'm sitting here on the balcony. I was gonna go get a bite, but I wanted to show you guys that, or hopefully you guys can see it, but this is, we're just on the balcony today. And I wanted to, first off, thank God for this opportunity, because without God, none of this would be possible. None of this would be able to happen. And, you know, a lot of people, they always have the question, well, you know, why not me? Or why can I be in that position? And, you know, I used to be the same way. I used to be sitting here and be like, man, I see people on the internet doing big things and they're able to do whatever they want to do. And I think that God has put it on my heart to tell somebody that God starts you with little and then elevates you to more. God tests how you are going to react and how you're going to deal with little things to then see how you're going to act when you have more. First, he'll give you that $500 before he gives you $5,000. First, he'll give you that small promotion before he gives you that next level job opportunity. And if you don't handle it with care and you don't even recognize God with the small things, you're not going to recognize God with the big things, right? You have to keep God in the forefront of whatever you do, the success or the losses, and know that you just have to remain faithful during that process. And that's the thing that I had to learn. You know, again, I used to have days where I was only making $50 and I was like, man, like this kind of sucks. Yeah, it was a profitable trade. Yeah, it was a good day. But now I'm in a position where I'm doing a challenge to make 150. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's levels to it, but you have to be able to appreciate God through it all. And I just thank God for the opportunity. You know, last night I was having a conversation with my mom, and we were talking about just, you know, literally how God has kind of blessed us and put us in a position to do a lot of things. You know, we was talking about business and business funding and the ideas that she has and the ways that we could scale it, and just all types of stuff, like, you know, but we've learned how to put God in the mix. And even after this video, I have this book that is called The Bible in 52 Weeks for Men, right? And so after I even make this video and as I'm looking at these trades, I still want to make sure I put God in the forefront so that he knows and I know where I stand with God. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of morning gospel, if you will. But that being said, y'all, I ended up going to Cartier last night, and it was really cool because I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of behind the scenes. I know I posted it on my social media, but a little bit behind the scenes. I was trying to just take pictures in front of it because I know you can't really go inside and take pictures. But the guy saw I had the watch on. He said, go ahead, man, you can go ahead and go inside and you can take pictures because it wasn't busy. So he's like, if you want better lighting and you want better opportunity, go ahead and go inside. So I went inside. I'm inside. I'm like, you know, boom, 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 bust down, right? And we're over here, my mom and I are doing a whole bunch of content stuff. And I just want to say real quick that my mom will probably watch this, that I appreciate my mother because she has believed in me and supported me, even after the levels of success or after the levels of things that I've been trying to do. And she's always been there. So my mom was the one that was behind the scenes recording the video, and props to Mom for being my camera woman. But besides that, I believe that everyone needs exposure. Everyone needs exposure to a Lambo. Everyone needs exposure to a really nice car. Everyone needs exposure to a really nice watch store. Needs exposure to a cruise, what it's like to be on vacation. Need exposure to traveling. Need exposure to having a lot of money. What it looks like to be in a really nice house or to live luxury. Just to have exposure to it. Because if you don't know what it feels like or don't know what it's like, then then you won't ever be looking forward to that moment. You think that life is all just mediocre. Okay, I'm just supposed to be in this Toyota. I'm just supposed to be in this normal house. I'm just supposed to be, I'm not gonna live lavish, if you will. Balcony views on a cruise is not really my type of thing. Traveling to a beach is not really my type of thing. You just never know because you don't have that experience or that exposure. Exposure. Even if it's just dressing differently, even if it's smelling differently, having exposure to high level $200 colognes, exposure. Even if that's looking at a trench coat or looking at some dress pants that cost $150, $200, exposure. Why does the material feel different? Why does this cost so much? What store is this at? Okay, so I'm in a really fashionable store. Exposure, right? Exposure. I need you guys to understand that's how you get to the next level. Many people, they just stay mediocre because they're used to mediocre things. So I always did it when I was younger. I got exposed to a Porsche, I got exposed to a Lambo, I got exposed to BMWs and Benzes, I got exposed to Teslas, I got exposed to different watches. So I would put a Rolex on just to see what it feels like on my wrist. I would put a Cartier on just to see what it feels like on my wrist. I would travel just to see what it's like to really move around and be able to make money while you're on the go. Whether you have a business or if you're trading or if you're doing whatever you need to do, I just understood what all of that felt like. Again, exposure. All right, y'all, so as y'all see, I'm looking at this USD/JPY. We're on the 15-minute, and I notice that the market has now broken to the upside, created a pullback back to this area, right? So I'm expecting that the market will continue to go up because, like I said yesterday, we're on a strong uptrend, right? So that means what an uptrend is basically showing that the market has constantly been buying over and over. We consolidated here, boom, we finally broke to the upside, and we broke higher than these last areas. So now that it's done that, overnight we ended up coming back down to my entry, and then we bought back up again. So I'm going to call out a buy from right here. There you go. So remember, this blue line is the median that we actually wanted to get to first before we end up pulling back a little bit more and going all the way to the red line. Now, I don't know if this is all going to happen this week, but I guarantee you this is going to buy. We're going to come back over here to the ECN, which is a indication that it's a live account for those that don't know. And we're going to go ahead and put in 200 standard right there. I want to show you guys that I'm not over leveraging. As you guys seen yesterday, we got 6,000 for our margin level, which is not much, right? So let's say my TP was going to be 155.73, 155.73. Let's see, where are you at? Right there. Okay. So because I put in 4 entries, you do 18,000 times 4. Boom. That should wrap that up. Actually, I'm gonna add in 250. There we go. And once again, boom, 4,000. So this is what we're in right now. I'm gonna go ahead and call this buy in the group chat, and I'm gonna keep you guys updated up for where we go from here. All right, y'all. So we just wrapped up with breakfast, and we are already up $30,000. As y'all can see right here, sniper entry. I'm excited to see what this profit is gonna be. I didn't put in all my take profits like I normally do for me to see all the details, but what I do know is that it should be a really good trade. So I'm gonna head to the room, about to get my day started. Got a couple shows that I'm gonna go see, and I'm gonna check back probably like in an hour, maybe 2, and we're gonna see what the market really gives us, and I'm gonna show y'all and keep you updated. So until then, what's up, y'all? So this trading day, we actually ended up making 170,000, if I remember correctly. And if you add up 170 plus the 60 that we did yesterday, we're sitting at about 230. So we've exceeded the 150 goal. And now I posted on my story what the next goal should be. I put 300, 400, and 500,000. And the people want 500,000, chat. They're giving me a challenge. So we're gonna go ahead and get it done. Everything I do is with momentum and efficiency, like I told y'all, because you can do something really fast and not be efficient with it. You can also do something very slow and be the most precise with things. So I want to make sure that if I'm growing this account, I'm doing it with good momentum, but I'm also taking efficient trades. And that's why everything that y'all seen have been sniper callouts. Also, don't forget, it's not just me eating off these trades, because I have a group chat that I call out and I put stuff in there. So other people are also making money, not just me, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to be a part of that, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link right here. You can go ahead and check that out, because I know somebody needs to learn how to start trading. If not, I don't know how this video is not gonna motivate you to want to start trading, because I'm on a cruise overseas making people's salary, a couple people's salary. And if I really do hit 500,000, then that's $500,000. You know what I'm saying? First off, we passed the goal. Let's go ahead and just get this out of the way. We passed the goal. It was 150, we're at 230. That in itself is crazy. It's nothing that I'm not used to per se, but the fact that that was the goal and we just completely shattered it. Now we're going to like literally 3 times what the goal is supposed to be is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think the question is a lot of people end up having is when you start having a lot more money, how do you not just splurge? How do you not just put yourself out there to be like, oh, this is how much I'm making, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm doing it, I'm gonna start buying all these expensive things. First off, always remain humble, because anything could change. You know what I'm saying? I could be like, oh snap, I just made 230,000, and then boom, I take a bad trade and now I'm negative. I lost all the 230 and I'm in negative for the week. That can happen. You know what I'm saying? It's happened to me before. I mean, I've been trading for 5 years. So first off, always staying humble, because anything can happen. Second thing is you have to understand the broke mentality is I need to make money, I need to make money, I need to make money. Rich people think about how can I keep money? How can I invest money? How can I flip money? How can I multiply? So if you're just focused on, oh, I need to make $50 today, I need to make my rent money this week, I need to make this, this, and this, think about what ways you could be doing to utilize so you're out of that trap. That way you can be able to make more money over time. Even if that's starting a business and having monthly subscriptions, or if that's having just a business where you're doing e-commerce and you're selling products to people, even if that's having an online course, maybe even if that's getting into real estate, there's a lot of money around the world that you could be getting into. And it's like, how do you manage when you close your first deal and you get $10,000? Do you go spend it on reckless stuff, or do you figure out how can we scale this? How can I reinvest this into what I'm doing to be able to make 10,000 times 5, right? Without having to work as hard as I did for the very first 10,000. So it's a mindset thing. You know, you gotta understand when you have money, you have to understand how to manage it, not just use it. I'm not using this video to brag or to boast. I'm just showing that it's possible just for an average guy like me. I'm not in no penthouse. I'm not driving no Lambo. I'm not driving, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing too, because people don't think that, like, probably the most expensive things I have is watches, right? But even then, I'm not like, oh my gosh, like, let me go ahead and flex this and let me do all these different things and let me figure out how I can buy and level up my entire life. Because then you're just adding bills. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to buy a Lambo just because you can. Or you're trying to buy this penthouse just so you can have the same view and be able to flex on people. And then now you start using more money than you have to, and now you don't have it no more. Then what? You know what I'm saying? So don't be that person that has to just try to buy everything to keep up with the Joneses, as people would say. And that's the other thing. I'm gonna say this last thing and we'll get to the next part, is you don't have to sit there and watch the market all day. A lot of people think you gotta sit there and watch the chart on your computer screen or on your phone all day. You don't. You could enter a trade, go live life, and then enjoy it. I could technically take a trade tomorrow, be confident in it, set my limits, and if I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. You know what I'm saying? I can go get off the boat, go to Honduras, enjoy doing my ATVs and zip lining and all the other stuff we're gonna do, go to the beach, come back and be like, oh snap, I made $50,000 today. And I don't have to sit here and watch the market. I could also be like, oh, I lost $10,000 today. That's just a part of the game. But you don't have to sit there in front of the computer screen to analyze every single move and every single step. If you ever see me doing it, it's because I have the time to do it. So I will sit there, and while I'm playing the game or while I'm working on other stuff, I got my computer already hooked up to have the charts pulled up. So just a little side note, because I know a lot of people have that question as well. I want to say, if you also made it this far, comment trade if you're interested in learning my strategy and getting to the next level in your financial goals in general, because a lot of people don't understand the power of trading. I'm literally giving you, I can't show it to you any better. Like, I'm showing you results. right now as you're watching this video, how much I'm scaling. So if that's you and you want to get into trading and you want to take your finances to the next level, or maybe even become a better trader, click on this link right here, and it's also in the link tree down below, because I need you guys to understand I'm not the one to play around. Efficiency, momentum, always got to keep moving. Today we went to Honduras, really cool day, but I didn't trade this morning because I knew I was gonna be off the boat. So I was off the boat, I actually got on shore and I was by the beach. I looked at the market, I made a call out, and when I finally got Wi-Fi and I came back to the boat, I realized we had hit stop loss. So on that trade, we had lost 35,000. And then tonight, I had taken another trade because I thought the market would still end up selling off, but I saw that it ended up buying and taking off. I don't know if there was news, I didn't even look, which is also another rookie mistake, but I should have looked, and I saw the market took off. As I could see in this picture, we lost another, I think it was $29,000. So I already did the calculations with 230 minus 64. Basically that puts us at, I think, 166 for the cruise so far. So technically we're still above our goal of 150, but we still have a huge gap to hit before 500. So what I'm gonna end up doing, because I've already hit my goal technically, I'm just doing it for the love of the game at this point. Like, just try to see if I can hit 500,000 while I'm on this cruise. Now, I'm not gonna try to overtrade. I'm gonna take proper setups. I'm not gonna do nothing crazy. Y'all gonna see it. Again, I'm being vulnerable. Took 2 losses today, and so that's why we're down by 64,000. Now, apart from trading, I got a couple things I also want to bring up because it's going to be a lot of updates that I'm working on. First off, we're working on something very big for my branding. As you already know, Alpha FRX is my trading course and my mentorship, but I'm trying to take that to the next level. So I got big things that I'm working on with that. Second thing we're working on is called business funding. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but business funding is basically where banks are funding your business to help you be able to have startup capital without you having to use your savings or whatever else you decide to use, grants and stuff like that. So the best part about business funding is that you pay 1% of whatever you use. So if you use $100, you're only paying $1 a month. Second cool thing is that there's 0 APR for the first year. So there's no interest rates. There's no, you're paying $1 plus 3% interest, 5% interest. There's none of that. You're just paying that $1, 1%, whatever you use. The other cool thing is that it's different from personal credit to business credit. So if you already have over a 700 personal credit, it really works out in your favor to get more funding for your business. And so if anything were to happen to your business, it doesn't affect you personally. If for whatever reason you couldn't pay that $1 back, it's not going to affect your personal credit. So they're separate, right? So that's the second project that we're working on a couple things. We got big projects. Just want to keep y'all updated because it's about to get real. It's about to get real. Best part about the first thing that we're working on for my business is that it's going to be here in Dallas. So if you're in Dallas, comment Dallas, because I would definitely love to get you to the next level in trading, getting you startup capital, understanding what that looks like for you personally, and then getting you to the next level to where you become profitable as soon as possible, as well as understanding how the market actually works. A lot of people, they want to teach you how to make a whole bunch of money, but they don't want to teach you how to actually trade, to continually do it for years and to do it on your own. So if you want to be in that position, comment Dallas, follow me on Instagram, shoot me a DM, whatever it looks like, and I will definitely get back to you and follow up with you. What's up, y'all? So it is Saturday morning and the market week is over. So to keep you guys updated, I ended up losing 92,000 just yesterday. I had held a position from Thursday over to Friday, thinking that the market was going to buy, the market continued to sell, which is funny because even in my group chat, I literally said this, where I said on Thursday and Friday, I expect the market to sell, and lo and behold, I should have known better. And so I realized that literally for the past 2 days, I think the reason that I lost is because I would take a trade and then get off the boat. And so whenever I would have C days, like how I do today, it would make me be able to look at the market more, but also have more confidence and see like small other details. And so it kind of felt like I was out of my trader zone, if you will, because I'll be off the boat. I won't have any Wi-Fi, no data. So I won't be able to analyze what is like specifically happening for me to adjust. So that being said, we're sitting at 77K profit for the week. So I technically did fail the challenge, although I still made that much money. And it's been a week. That being said though, the way to enter into the giveaway for the free course and the free all-inclusive package, you will basically put in your email to the website that I put right here, and then you'll follow my Instagram, rather King Malone or Alpha FRX. and then I will see and put you into the raffle for the all-inclusive giveaway. So that being said though, y'all, that's gonna wrap up this video. Of course, hopefully you guys took a couple gems from before, dealing with faith, dealing with trader knowledge, kind of getting analysis and just analyzing overall into the market of what I see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to working with some of y'all, and I appreciate you guys watching the video, being here for the journey. I'm about to sit here and enjoy probably the last, couple hours, the last day of my cruise, and then end up going home and getting everything done that we got. We got a lot of projects, got a lot of things that need to be done, and a lot of things that need to be worked on. So that being said, y'all, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Like I said before, leave a comment for one of those words. If you want to work together for business funding, if you want to work together to increase your trading knowledge and getting you to the next level, let me know what you guys want to do, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. That being said though, much love to y'all, and I appreciate y'all for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. I'm gone.